Every frequency they've been given was built to keep them trapped. Underneath it, there's a room in their own minds they were never given the key to. Your mission is simple, but it won't be easy. Find it, break the lock, awaken them. Alias, Drew Skywalker. Destination, the hidden reality.
What's good? What's good? Back for another Get Well Wednesday, and it's gonna be a quick one today, y'all. But today I wanted to talk about food choices. So, what you should eat after the gym, after you work out, what you should eat on a regular basis to boost your results the best. As I had one of the homies call me while I was in the gym last night. He was just curious about like, hey, I just left the gym. So what should I grab to eat? And he was more so talking about where could he go grab something from. You know, I directed him to like Logan's or Longhorn, somewhere like that, like a sit-down type restaurant, just because I recommended that he get something lean on the leaner side, just because, like they say, you can't out-train a bad diet. So going to the gym and then stopping by a fast food place is basically killing all your results because you're giving your body trash to rebuild with. So that was my advice to him. Go somewhere like that, like a Longhorn, Logan's, get like salmon or some grilled chicken, something like that. Get a couple vegetables. And I know that's the cliche meal that people want to advise that you eat. Let me see. Tweet said, I gained so much weight because I don't know anymore. Tell me more about that. You gain weight just because of the food, or were you working out, or what? But yeah, so I was advising him just to have a lean meal. And a lot of people, the first misstep they make with eating correctly after the gym is believing the common myth that you have to eat right after you work out, that you got like 30 minutes to feed yourself or your body to recover. And that's not true, because you got to think about everything, every process in your body takes time. Like if you get a scratch on your arm or something like that, it don't instantly heal. The skin underneath is exposed for a while, then it eventually turns into a scab. Then that scab underneath that, your skin returns to normal. He said, stop for a few months and the fat started piling up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, it's easy to do. I just got back right myself for real, and I was playing through a football season, so I had to get right. But yeah, one of the biggest, I don't have the drive to run it back. Man, one of the biggest steps you can take, like what I'm talking about right now, what you choose to eat, because a lot of people think that to get in shape that you got to eat all this, these crazy meals, this expensive food. But you really don't. It's really about what you can stop yourself from eating. So the more you can stop yourself from getting in that fast food line, the more you can buy actual whole foods, things that'll allow you to make meals while you're at home instead of junk food. That's going to boost you a lot, because it's a lot of people that are skinny fat, like, or they got muscle, but they fluffy. You know what I'm saying? So it's because they go to the gym because they expect the gym to cancel out what they're eating, but it don't work like that, because your body is basically like your body is gonna stay at that baseline wherever you at, and you go to the gym, but you're giving your body trash to rebuild with. It's gonna stay where it's at basically, and depending on what you eat, you might get worse, just because different levels of sugar, different levels of salt, how it's affecting your hydration levels. And then you tearing your body down with the workouts, but then it's also not getting to repair properly. And you also not getting the proper sleep. It's a lot of different factors that go into building the body that you want. But food is the number one. Just because, like I started out saying, you can't out-train a bad diet. You can't lift your way beyond putting junk in your body. Like it's just not possible. And I know we see some people that so-called eat what they want to and they still look good, but you got to consider genetics as well. Everybody don't got the same, they weren't blessed with the same genetics to be able to do everything at once. You know what I'm saying? For most people, you got to stick to a plan. And that's what I was telling my homie last night, that the more you can set yourself up for success in the beginning, the better off you're going to be, because a lot of people's bad choices in food come too. Because by the time you finish a workout, like I can speak for myself, by the time I finish a workout, I don't feel like standing at the stove. I ain't gonna even care. Like I force myself to do it sometimes, but most of the time I don't feel like doing it. So a good rule of thumb is, for one, to meal prep, to get you a couple meals that you don't mind eating. Like you could do, like for me, I've done in the past, like I'll do ground turkey and eggs and quinoa for like 2 days. Then I'll do salmon, quinoa, and then maybe a vegetable or something like that for a couple of days. And one day out the week, I just eat watermelon after a workout. And what that structure is doing, it's allowing me to already have a meal prepared, so I ain't got to worry about finding one. I ain't got to worry about making one. So I'm decreasing my chances of making a bad choice. That's really what it comes down to. Like, just like we know, one donut don't make you fat, and one apple ain't gonna give you your top tier body. So to put yourself in the best position, you got to decrease your chances of making bad choices, because the body, we know that the body is going to heal itself. So like I'm saying, it ain't necessarily about what you eat, is what you can stop yourself from eating. And then when you do eat, make the best choices that you can. That's how you get to your highest level with your choices in food. Let me see. I didn't even know sleep had an impact on the weight gain. I've been striving off 4 hours of sleep for the longest. Oh man, yeah. See, that's taking you down through there, because another thing people don't know, that sleep is a big regulator of your hormones, and weight gain is directly tied to your hormones. So if you're not getting the proper sleep, you're gonna raise your cortisol levels the next day. You're gonna be tired, gonna be groggy, gonna have stress, and cortisol is the stress hormone. So when your cortisol is high, specifically in men, this is where we see men that's out of shape. They look fluffy, and they got, like, in their faces, neck, everywhere. And that's a product of that, having high cortisol. So sleep is a big proponent in this formula as well with the food. But the thing about sleep also is that sleep is a period of detoxing for the body. So I advise people that my wellness clients, people I've trained over the years, I advise them to try to eat their last meal about 3 to 4 hours before bed, or by 6 o'clock. That's what I've been doing lately. And but a good rule of thumb is 3 to 4 hours before bed, because sleep is a period of detox. So a lot of the reason why we can't sleep is because we eating late and then we laying right down, but the body is using the energy that it would package up for you for the following day, is using it throughout the night to digest food. And this is why people wake up. This is why people can sleep 6 to 8 hours, the recommended time, but still wake up tired and be tired all throughout the days, because they're not really getting deep, restful sleep. So they don't have the energy. Then they also got wrecked hormones. So the body can't even operate as it needs to. So going back to the original topic of food choices, not just after the gym, but in general in your everyday routine, you got to understand that your meals can set your trajectory. That's a big thing that I try to get people to understand, that you're not just, when you have cravings to eat junk food and like that, that's parasites. That's not you, because your body is not craving these foreign objects. This is what processed food is, because when you consume this stuff, when you consume any food, your body is looking to register it in a certain way. Think about it like that. Each food has a code to it. So your body is looking for a food that matches its codes, because everything you need to replenish your body, everything you look for to replenish your body in a fruit, like we eat bananas for potassium, or we eat an orange for vitamin C. Your body already has all this stuff, and it's just looking to be replenished by the food from the outside. So that's why I talked about last week. I brought up hydration. And I was talking about proper hydration is not just drinking a bunch of purified water, because purified water is stripped water. So it's stripped of all the minerals and nutrients that your body is looking for. That's why they recommend that you drink spring water and alkaline, like waters that are not so denatured in what they contain. So adding that into our main topic, you got to look at foods that do the same thing. And that's why I say whole foods, foods with fiber, foods that's going to be easy for your body to break down and digest, foods that your body is not going to have to work harder to break down, because they contain all these chemicals, all these, they contain white sugar, white salt, denatured forms of the food that the body is looking for. Because that's the other thing about why a whole food diet is going to give you the body that you're looking for. It's going to give you the results, the health that you're looking for. Because, like I said, processed foods, these are foreign objects. So when they go into your body is replacing what it's stripping itself of what it's looking for, what's left of what it's looking for that's already there inside your body, to process these foods. Like when you eat, think about when you eat like ice cream, or you eat a bunch of sweets like donuts or cookies or something like that, you get thirsty because these foods have all that sugar and they pulling the water out of your body, because your body is giving water to these substances to break them down. And you go behind it and replace it, and you think you hydrating with some purified water, but it's really not. It's really adding on to the process. And this is where you gotta set yourself up for success in the beginning. So you gotta understand rules of thumb. Like, I need to not eat 3 to 4 hours before bed, so my body can be set to charge itself for the next day. And then when I get to the next day, I'm gonna eat my heaviest meal in around the middle of the day, anywhere from like 12 to 3 o'clock, I would say, following the path of the sun, where your body is most geared for digestion. And then if I got a schedule where I got to work out in the evening, I'm gonna have something ready on standby for me to eat afterwards, so I don't make a bad choice going into the night. And this is, and once you repeat that, you'll see the transformation not long after, because like I said, your body wants to heal itself. So the choices you make either accelerate or decelerate that process. And some people decelerate all the way into the complete stop of bad health and even death. So the small choices you make right now, they're going to set your trajectory. I talk about trajectory all the time, just the direction that you're going in, the aim. And you ain't got to be perfect every day. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, I had some sweets the other day. Like, I love sweets, but I have to stop myself and look at, okay, like, is this going to help my results, or is this going to hurt my results? And that's a constant battle for me. Even somebody that's a pro athlete, somebody that works out regularly, I lead other people in giving them advice on the choices they should make. It's a battle for me as well. So don't get caught up in that either, because the craving is going to be there, because that's just the world we live in. Junk is readily available. You can go to the gas station, get candy. You can go to the grocery store, get sweets. You can get anything. It's readily, your demise is readily available. You got to think about it like that. So you got to take more time to create a plan for yourself. And this is something that I'm going to start helping my audience out with, the ones that reach out, because I'm starting my wellness program here soon, probably in the next 3 to 4 days, at the beginning of next week. But I'll be working hands-on with my clients, members of my audience, to help you create a structure for yourself. Because when you got a structure, you always got something you can reference back to. It's just like I was talking to my homie. I told him that you really just want to have like a rough idea of, you want to have a mental pool of things that you can eat and pick from just so you can stay on track. Don't got to be exact every time. Just something to help you stay in the general area of your best choices. And that's pretty much the lie today, for real. Just being more cognizant about what you put around yourself to choose from, and then making the best choice from that. And also, I'll talk about in future lives about fasting, how that helps a lot with the choices that you make when it comes to what you eat. So y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all can reach out to me in the meantime, of course. Like I said, my DMs are always open. Just like he called me, you can hit me up wherever you at in the world. I'll give you my best advice from my experience. And yeah, take care of yourselves, man. It's Get Well Wednesday. Y'all holler at me in the next one. Peace.
I want you to shut up and be obedient to the status quo, even when it's wrong.
Preach. They want you to play the victim card. They want you all to be victim. If I'm a victim, if I have a victim mindset, you should have a victim mindset too. Let's see her comment section. A comment that I get called a pick me all the time. I'd rather be